Once again, it's the Ricovibes video podcast. I'm in Brooklyn, the Mecca, and I'm at one of the wickedest studios ever. I'm talking about recording, I'm talking about dub plates, dub plate, right? Everything. And the man himself, Mr. Dan Wan. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you. I hear him so well go him there one of the wickedest studio, but I want to change that word there, the best studio.
All right, the best studio. I apologize. The best studio. I did a lot of work here at Dan Wan's studio. Did you start it out being a dub plate studio or a recording studio?
A recording studio.
Okay.
But a vice Shabba in here for Claude, a tune named Dembow.
Right.
But I just mistake with vice a tune because him come and him see the studio. And we did the cutting. We never used to do cutting for dub plate, so Claude saw the mastering machine on there and asked me smoothly, "What is that?" And I said, "A mastering machine." And I said, "What happened? You can't cut a dub plate for me?" And I said, "No, Dan, I'm gonna make you do that." And I come round and see him and I say, "Yo, I'm going to do that for you, but don't I think it happen again, So when them goes a bomb now and take it to build more ballroom tonight and play the song, it was a total recording, like a record ready to go to the street. Wow. So everybody want to know who cut that dub plate.
Wow. Do you remember what year this was?
I think it's 1993,
Okay.
1993, yes.
Wow.
And because there was no label on the record, so they want to know who cut that dub plate. That time Roddy was the king man, cutting dub plate. And I'm saying, Dan Wan studio cut it, man. I'm saying, Dan Wan cutting machine. So right away, Kiddy and Fergie get mad. So know so well, me and them spar already, right. And me come cut a dub plate for Claude. We mash up the whole place. Because it was so clean, it's like the border felt.
Wow.
Yes,
wow.
And I saw the dub plate business take off. Wow. I had also start cut dub plate. But like I said, I have no regrets in doing that. Because the dub plate cutting, make a play for the building, and have the finer things in life.
What's one of the most famous things that happened here at Dan Wan Studio in terms of artists passing through, maybe recording albums, whatever?
A lot of famous things happen here that artists come here and make the most money that they have ever made doing dub plates. And you have some dramatic things happen which I wouldn't talk on camera. But, I'm never too proud of it.
Gotcha.
But I'm glad to know that I really live up the life of reggae music in America. Because when I first come to America, I used to hear people talking about, no good reggae music cannot record it in the US. Yep. And I asked them, all the resources in Jamaica is from the US. So why we can't do it here?
Right.
So I wanted us to go to Jamaica and build a studio, but when I hear them talking all these stupid things, I say, okay, I'm gonna show them that we can make good records here. And during that process, it happened that Mr. Dad come here and reside and started to do recording down Fulton Street. So I bought this building in 1983 and started building the studio in 1984 and finished 1988. And we started to make some record. And I never believe in the one-man thing, one man making a rhythm. So I built a live room.
Okay.
And set up all the necessary equipment. But these guys, they just wanted us to do the one-man thing. Then
gotcha.
Computer Paul was the hat man in New York at that time.
Right.
And him make the thing sound really nice, night live. And then I put other musicians around him, like a guitarist. And sometimes we may put a live bass around him. And sometimes we may have Frankie Paul playing keyboard around him. And that's how we come up with some nice songs.
Wow.
And then I started to record Frankie Paul, because Frankie Paul used to hustle me. Every weekend, him hustle me, like him come and he said, "Dan, I want to do 2 songs. I say, "Really?" He say, "Yeah." So when I send him in the studio and think him doing 2 songs, when the engineer come home to me and said, Dan, how much song you tell Frankie Paul to do? I said, 2. He said, I'm gone 5, you know. I said, what? So sometime when I run around to really angling wicked now, I hear him doing a song that I really love. So I couldn't do him nothing more than just keep myself to myself and go back and cut the dub and wait till him finish.
Right.
On account of that, I wind up with 42 songs with Frankie Paul.
Have they ever been released?
Released about 16.
Wow. So you're sitting on about a good...
Our next probably 2 albums there with him.
Wow.
And then Glenn Washington, the same thing here, we're making good rhythms and decide that him have to voice on the rhythms. And the first song him did was Can't Keep a Good Man Down, which went #1 in London when I released it. And I wind up doing 2 good albums with Glenn Washington. That time I was very hungry and angry and really, really vicious those times.
Right.
You know? No, I'm all right now.
Right.
But those times when him did hungry and angry, he used to do some nice songs, write some nice songs.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And he was also a very nice musician.
Right. Drummer.
But the first person I recorded in here professionally was Shaggy. That's my first artist.
Okay.
And he did a song named Bulletproof Body, first song. Because I wasn't a guy that liked DJ, but when I hear him DJ, I said, what? Cap record him in bad. And then he went for Raven, and we did a song named Come On Baby. And then we did a Stevie Wonder song with him, Raven, and a youth named Naturally. And I did Shaggy first album, the original Doberman.
Really?
Yes. I did the first album.
Wow.
With Shaggy.
Wow.
1989. We started.
Yes.
And finished it about 1991.
2 years.
Yes. We finished it. We finished the voicing before he went to the war.
Gotcha.
Because he was in Iraq. He went to the first war, yes.
Right.
But we finished mixing it about 1991. Yes, and I don't remember which year I gave it to Greensleeve. But it was released in London. I don't think it's on the road anymore because since VP took over Greensleeve,
gotcha.
I stopped it, I cease and desist it because we're not getting any money from it and
gotcha.
may as well I just take it out the road.
Gotcha. Wow.
But right now I have tons of songs to release. Some nice Luciana. I have about 18 songs with the Melodians that never released. Tyrone of the Paragons, I have another 18 songs with him that never released. I have Luciana, I have a few songs with Luciana. I have even 6 songs with Jimmy Riley that I never released. And good rhythms that when they come out it sound fresh same way. And
do you plan to release these songs?
yes.
Okay.
Because I am a rock steady guy, you know.
Okay.
So I'm rock steady, never die.
True.
So my songs is always good. Because I can remember when I went to London and the dancehall thing was in, Mr. Palmer looked at me and said, Governor, studio sound good, you know, Governor, but I don't think you're doing the right songs, you know. So I said, really? Which one of them is wrong? And he said, well, no, it's not the era for what you're doing, you know. I said, really? And when I go back to England about a year and a half after, Mr. Palmer hooked me up and said, Governor, all these songs are my life. I said, but I never do a dead song. I said, why you say that? He said, the thing come right back around to all them songs you're doing. So, on account of that, I sell the most of my record in Europe.
In Europe, wow. Wow.
Because New York pace is kind of too fast.
Gotcha.
New York is a Jamaica thing.
Gotcha.
Every week you have a million songs and it's only one good.
Yeah.
In Europe now, the people listen to songs and appreciate good songs. So that's why I like Europe.
You know, when you hear your dub plays, the stuff that you cut being played in the big clashes.
Marvelous. Nice.
Yeah.
And I like to go and listen to songs them play in the big dance hall because when I come back I always do a better job. Oh, yes, and the top engineer those time was Scarface.
Right.
Yes, because all of us, we always leave here like say 3-4 o'clock when dance hot. And go in the dance hall and listen to song them. And then we come back and we find fault and set the board different, and when we go back out there, it's perfect.
Right.
And then we had a good cutter, Anthony and myself used to cut.
Right.
And we capitalize on everything, because if you want to be a good producer and in the music business, you have to go to the dance hall.
Yes.
To listen what's going on.
Yes.
You can't stay home and listen to the radio and think says it. No, you have to go into the dance hall and watch how the people them dance and make music to suit the people them. Yeah, so a guy will stay home and think him a produce good. No, I'm a waste some time. Yeah, you have to be in the dance hall. I really miss Biltmore until then.
Yeah.
And Albany Manor. Because sometimes I just go in there and in the dance hall and hang out, and nobody knows that Dan is in the dance hall and listen. And when I come back, I engineer them, because the engineer them know I'm there, but I always stick in a little corner near the speaker and hear and listen. Mostly the top end were coming out. I say yes. I always pay attention to your sound and
Liberal.
And slick.
Okay.
Those three songs I listen, next level. Yeah. So when I hear when playing the song and say, we're going to take it to a next level now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back home and we do our homework.
Right.
And set it right. But I always enjoy like voicing the artists them like Alton Ken Booth, Frankie Paul, Barry Salmon, Lucian, all those kind of artists. When them come in, them do perfect work.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the dancehall guys them was just hype,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you realize worldwide how big your name, the name of Dan One, is worldwide?
No.
Really?
No, I never realized that till one day I was by Mr. Dad. And when I was by Mr. Dad, a Japanese lady was there. So Mr. Dad said to the Japanese lady, meet a friend of mine, Dan One. Oh God, the lady go bananas. The lady said, is this the Dan One that of the studio in New York? And she said, yes. And trust me, the lady was like, she's going to get out. She said, Mr. Dad, this guy's name is big in Japan.
Wow.
And I said, wow. I had to stop her and say, all right, I want to say something to Mr. Dad, because I was in a hurry.
Yeah.
And I dare and tell her, all right, thank you for really telling me that. But I didn't know my name was in Japan, but never knew it was so humongous like what you're talking about.
Wow.
And then I started to go England. And when I go England, I see people looking up on me like, yes, a king come.
Wow.
And I said, what? When I go Jamaica, I can't really have no fun after those staying in a hotel and all them thing. And I realized the name was out there. And anywhere you go and say Dan One,
Yes.
it's over. Yeah.
It's only one Dan One. It's only one Dan One.
And you know something? A lot of other studio people don't like me for that,
Really?
No. Because they don't think they get the props that they think they're entitled to because of me.
Wow.
But I never ask people to do what they're doing or say what they're saying.
Right.
I work hard and put out good work out there. So the name is all over the place. Yes.
I mean, I don't think I've ever voiced at another. Well, I've never cut at another studio in New York, but your studio.
All right. When I went one time to. This is what shocked me again. I went to Transco to buy dub one day, and the man looked at me and said, Dan, you know that you cut the most dub in the world? I said, what?
In the world?
In the world. I said, oh, you know that? He said, don't you know I sell to the world? He said, the only man come nearly close to you is Arrows.
Wow.
He
That's
said,
huge.
Yes. What? He said, Arrows will buy 500 dub and it serve him for 6-7 months. You buy 500 dubs and it serve you for 3 months.
Wow.
And I said, what? He said, you cut the most dub in the world.
My gosh.
That was surprising to me because
Yeah.
I think Jamaica,
I
as
would
the
think so.
original
Yes,
dub
yes,
place,
yes,
would be, yes, the Mecca.
yes.
The man, they had one of a chance to say you cut the most dub in the world because every 6 months you buy 1,000 dub.
My gosh. So, the dub studio and the recording studio, I would say that you got more work in the dub studio, obviously.
Yes, because people record all over the place and bring it here to cut.
Gotcha.
Because my machine wasn't really a dub machine. My machine is a mastering machine.
Got
But
it.
because of Claude cut the dub, I said, but we may cut a master, 1 or 2 master every week, that may turn you $500.
Mm-hmm.
I can cut $500 with a dub per day, $1,000 dub today. So it's better I stick to the dub and leave the mastering alone and make VP do the mastering.
Gotcha.
It was simple proportion.
Gotcha. Business.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just use my mastering machine where that nobody else does do that
Right.
and cut dubs.
Okay.
And cut a cheaper dub than anybody else. Because when everybody else was cutting a dub plate for $75 and $65 for 2 songs, I was cutting 4 songs for $45.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
So
and sometimes you squeeze an extra one on there as well.
yes, Anthony.
Yeah. Yes.
With hustle people. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's how I take over the business because I always remember where I'm coming from.
Got it.
And I always know where I want to go. So I always like to work with a small man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you see so much people used to come here.
Mm-hmm.
But then they make it bad that I have to close down the studio because they start troubling the neighborhood people,
Gotcha.
rude to the people, and they start like they want to sell drugs outside the minute police lock them up. That's how I have to fence it around that the police don't use my address as a reference.
Got you. Will you ever reopen the dub studio?
No.
No.
I'm not in the dub business anymore. I will never go back in that.
Really?
No,
Okay.
because I don't want the hanging out.
Got it.
But if my friends, good friends like Beaneman or Sprague Benz or Lucian or Glenn Washington, come and want to do dubs and I'm available in the studio, I will do it.
Okay. But you wouldn't cut it? You wouldn't?
No, I will cut
You
the
cut it? Okay.
dub, yes.
Okay.
I will record and cut it, but
Okay.
just to special people.
Gotcha.
Not no people hanging out and
Gotcha.
I call artists like call someone like Miss Moody for them.
Gotcha.
You know why I stopped that too? We were doing everything for the artist. And if I ask an artist to do a song for me, he want me to pay him. So I said, why should I pay you when I am doing things for you? And I don't even know if I'm going to sell a copy. So that's why I mostly record the big names.
Gotcha.
Like the Lucian, the Ken Booth, the Dennis Brown, the Cornell Campbell, Ambalik and those guys. Guys who have name out there. I take a couple of songs from Tony Curtis. But that's about it. Yeah.
You've saw so many artists rise.
Yes.
Have there been any artists that you've given advice to and you've watched them rise from here to here?
Well, I think the two closest artists I always talk to were Shaggy and Sean Paul.
Okay.
Yeah. And those 2 guys become stars.
Yes.
Because when I tell Sean Paul he was going to be a star, he asked me, really? I say, yes, he's going to be a star. Because Junior Cat was out there troubling him one night and said, oh, he must suck off them style. I said, you not suck off no style for you. You would have him own style. And them there out to get an argument, so I just bring him inside the street and say, look, don't follow him in, you're going to bust. You're going to buy him all the sneakers too.
Wow.
Because look, I can show you something. When you work on the Zim Zim rhythm, you notice the song was running away. But through Beaneman come put the big tune on it, Beaneman song take off and leave you. Right after that, I'm still in love with you. Not even bad mind couldn't stop that.
True.
That me, I know him say me. Him respect me for that. When I first meet Shaggy, him can't tell you that. I always knew him gonna be a star. And I don't think him reaching peak yet. I know him don't reach him peak yet. Him just going to settle down. Don't be surprised if you see him turn the Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Really? You think he has what it takes?
Of course. Of course, it's because him not concentrate upon that. Him just love the music. But in time, him get settled down and say, if him want take politics to it, him love people. And him is a clean heart person. So him will always reach the top.
You know, Iris and Chin, they have decided that they're no longer going to do World Clash. Do you think the clashing arena is going to suffer because of that?
No, man, half of them make up sound business.
Okay.
No, man, they never, man come and man goes.
True.
Yeah, other people are going to take it to a different level, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man. No one, man.
I mean, a lot of people think that they're the main, you know.
Then suppose me decide to take up sound clash.
Really?
Yeah, suppose me decide to do that. Me born in a sound business, you know.
See.
Irish and Chin come see me in this. No, because me now, I don't have nothing against them. Them take it to a nice level.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
They did very good.
Yes.
But don't think it going to go backwards if them put it down.
Got it.
Anything that money can be made, that money can be made of. People going to go into it. And you have educated people who know proper marketing will take it to a different level.
True.
So no man is an island, man.
What's next for Dan One? I mean, I've known you almost 30 years. You've done just about everything in the music business. Is there anything else that you're hungry for?
No.
No.
I'm satisfied. I just want to continue making music. But I think I'm going to go in the dub thing now, mixing dubs.
Okay.
Yes. I'm not going to record no wholly for artists no more.
Got it.
I'm going to go in the dub thing because if you notice, I have the best of the equipment to do dubs.
Yes, I mean, all this and more.
Plus a whole heap more.
Yeah.
I have enough. I don't think an next studio around the place have enough equipment like me. You have to say, put me up against the world when it comes to equipment because I have everything you can think of, the best of the best.
So you still believe in this type of equipment versus the Pro Tools and the computer stuff?
Yeah, I use Pro Tool, but I believe in the outboard tube gears.
Gotcha.
Which will give you a big fatter sound.
Correct.
You see, the youth them of today, them don't know how to use this.
Got it.
Them only know how to use it on the computer.
Yes.
But when them see the live thing, them confused. Cause this is more a powerhouse.
Of course. You got to know how to use it though.
Oh yes, but your ears.
Yeah.
You turn till you hear what you want.
Yes.
Yeah, your ears.
Yes.
You don't have to go to school to learn to use this. You learn faster in school, but if you have it here that you can play, the reason why a guy go to school to learn anything about this is because he don't have it hands-on. If he have it hands-on, he don't have to go to no school.
You didn't take any lessons for this, did you?
So, no, I just buy things and learn.
Really?
I don't go to school for nothing. I just buy the equipment and learn from it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So no one taught you anything like that?
No. If I go and learn anything from anybody, I stand up and watch them, what them doing. And them don't know I watching him. What do you think I learned to cut dub? I watch Anthony cutting dub, you know. Just watch him drop in the head and him just spiraling and spiral out. And I say, oh, okay. Because I don't know the sound what I want.
Right.
And I come so wicked I cutter than him. Yeah.
I mean, I remember coming here to cut dubs and watch you cutting the dubs, and when we go to the dance and play it, and you were like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, wow.
When Anthony here say him not cutting no dub, I did not asking him to cut dub again. Him think say slow the play, slow down. The people them come from in the morning time till 3 o'clock, and me just cut till them time. So when him come in for, him not have no work to do. And when him leave now, I'm a smoothie pass off. That's when I start to cut dub. I cut dub like say from 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock till the next morning 4 o'clock. Every night. Wow. Because the guys them just want me cut the dub. Said, Dan, when you cut it, it's wicked. I said, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was good at it, man.
Yeah. So there's no way you will get back into that?
No, I'm going to cut dubs.
Okay.
But
to do
special people. Yes. No bagger man outside, and you come with your dub and I cut it and you leave with it. You don't come record no artist or ask about who's in town. Me's in town. New sheriff in town.
I remember we used to call and say, Dan, who's in town? And you said so and so and so and so and so.
Miss Moody tell you that.
Moody, yeah.
Yeah.
And she will call them up and negotiate a price and they come in.
Yeah.
Right.
She was good at her thing.
She was.
Very, very
She
good
was.
at her thing.
God rest her soul.
She was a wicked selector too, you know.
Was she?
Then she used to sell all LP and all them guys a record.
Wow.
In the days when we had a record shop. And she
Wow.
control the turntable. Me never in the shop selling a record. I was a buyer car. I boil on my business two way, you know. You do this and I do that.
Gotcha.
When I have the studio, I smooth around the office, I go and buy the material
Got it.
and buy the equipment.
Got it.
She have nothing to do with that. When I have the record store, I go all over the states and look record. And she play them and sell them. Yeah. I fix up the equipment in the studio, make them in the record store, make them sound good. And that was it. That was a team. Because we grew up in music.
Right. Did you get her into music, or was she always into music?
Sonia's sister is Mr. Dad's wife.
Ah, that's Studio One, Cox and Dad.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So
And when I go into school, me and Ken Bode and Stranger Cole and Delano Stewart, all we listen to is Cox and Sound after we leave school.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Wow.
And it happened that when I leave school, I meet this girl and never know say she related to Mr. Dad. And it's after I find out. Yeah, but I wasn't too excited about that still, you know. Yeah.
Once again, folks, we're talking live here in Don Juan Studios with the man himself, Don Juan. Before you go, man, what advice do you have to give to young producers and young studio owners?
Learn the business. Pay attention to what you're doing. And listen to the lyrics that the artist them doing and make good rhythm. Before, just make certain you make good rhythm tracks. Because when you make good rhythm tracks, good artists will want to sing on them. All right? Just make good rhythms. Mr. Dad give me that blessing. Say, Jackson, make good rhythm tracks. Because good rhythm tracks never die. Yes, artists die, leave rhythm tracks. And Mr. Dad is the best reggae producer in the world.
True.
Nobody can come near him. The only man who come near him is me. Because I study from him. Bobby Digital was good.
Yes.
Stephen Marley is good. Stephen Marley is very good. Yes, because I'm learning from him father. Yeah, that's the only producer I rate right now.
Stephen Marley.
Stephen Marley. Yeah, you listen to Stephen Marley stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I do.
A lot of action.
I do.
Very good producer, that man.
I do.
I love how he produce record. Yeah.
All right. There you have it, the big man himself. I know he doesn't think of himself as a big man, but I think of him as a big man. I respect this man, Don Juan of Don Juan Studios in New York City, Brooklyn to be exact. Thank you, my brother.
And you want me to tell you something? I know too many people can interview me, you know, because I do them things. But this is my friend where I come from long time.
True.
Yeah, long time. Them man to build me, you know. And we're going to bring in my big man friend now, Sir Tom is the Great.
Yes.
I've introduced him, you know, because I'm a good brother in that. Tommy! Sir Tommy! I go feel.
Respect that one.
Yeah, respect my friend Harris.
Sorry. Respect.
Yeah.